Hello everyone, welcome back. So s- today we going to talk about the exchange control. So students, up to the last session we have finished the terms of trade and exchange market, even the instruments of international payment, and now we going to talk about the exchange control. So this exchange control, it is the combination of exchange and control. So exchange we already discussed, that is a exchange of currency of one country with another country. So what is mean by control? So control means there will be the sticks to the standard. So control helps to minimize the variation. If there is a variation, they try to pull back that variation on a standards, on a decided parameters. So that is a control. So how exchange got control, how it is a control on an exchange, so those things we going to discuss today. So the exchange control means it is a foreign exchange control, not a commodity exchange control. So it is a currency exchange control. So foreign exchange control is a method of state intervention in the imports and exports of a country so that the adverse balance of payments may be corrected. So foreign exchange control, it is a method of state intervention. So who control this exchange? So it is controlled by the state, it is controlled by the nations or countries. So what they perform or they work for rectifying the adverse balance of payments. So balance of payments, there may be the balance of payments means it is a record of payments of export and imports. So balance of payment, it just like a balance of trade. So balance of trade means export and import, there will be the ratio, or there will be the comparison of export with import. So balance of payment, it is a comparison of outgoing money and incoming money. So if there is a exchange of money, or there will be the how much amount going from the country and how much amount coming into the country. So the balancing that, the checking that, that is a balance of payment. So here the government restrict the free play of inflow and outflow of capital and exchange rate of currencies. So this exchange control, on a exchange control, there is a total control of a government. So they try to protect the exchange, or they try to uh, avoid the free flow of capital. So second definition, that is foreign exchange control in the state regulation excluding free play of economic forces for the foreign exchange market. So this definition given by Habler. So according to him, the foreign exchange control in the state regulation. So foreign exchange control comes under the state regulation, and which exclude means foreign exchange control excludes the free play of economic forces for the foreign exchange market. So the government regulate the foreign exchange dealing by considerations of national needs. So this is a foreign exchange control. So foreign exchange control, you can say it is a control which is it is a control on a foreign exchange, and that was exercised by the government of particular country. Then objectives of foreign exchange. So what are the objectives of foreign exchange? So there are so many objectives. The first one is correcting balance of payment. So as I told, the main purpose of exchange control is to restore the balance of payment equilibrium. If there is a gap in a balance of payment, there is a gap in outgoing money and incoming money, then the foreign exchange control helps to uh, um, restore that situation. They may apply some policies, they may apply some regulations, even they may apply some restrictions, and they can try to balance that payment. So that is the first objective. Second one, to protect domestic industries. So another important objective is to protect domestic industries, means it helps to uh, increase the FDI in a domestic industries, or increase the incoming of money. So the government, in order to protect the domestic trade and industries from foreign competitions, resort to exchange control. So it includes the domestic industries to produce and export more with view to restrict imports goods. So it helps, or it may formulate some policies for the domestic industries. If domestic industries are getting a support from government, then they can increase their competition, they can increase their product quality, and they can export, and they can compete with the international companies. So that is one of the objective of foreign exchange, to protect domestic industries, to support domestic industries and make them enable, so they can compete with the international companies. The next one, that is to maintain overvalued rate of exchange. So it helps to overvalued rate of exchange. So rate of exchange we already discussed in last session, so you all are very much aware about what is meant by rate of exchange. So you can say rate of exchange, it is the amount at which one currency is exchanged with another currency. So if there is a one currency is having a higher rate to exchange with another currency, then in that case government help to uh, minimize the overvalued rate of exchange, or they will help to maintain overvalued rate of exchange. So it is one of the objective. Then to prevent flight of capital. So when the domestic capital starts flying out of the country, the government may check its export through exchange control. So prevent flight of capital means, suppose most of the Indian people, they are investing in a foreign country, they are having or they are financing to international company or companies in another country. So in that case government uh, may have may keep a control on the going out money, and they may use that, or they may have check the what is the situation of FDI going out to the country. Then policy of differentiation. So the government may adopt the policy of differentiation by exercising exchange control. If the government may allow international trade with some countries by releasing the required foreign currency, the government may restrict the trade, import, and export with some other countries by not releasing the foreign currency. So, policy of differentiation. So, here the government perform the differentiation policy. They exercise the differentiation policy for controlling the exchange. So, in this case, government allow international trade with some countries. So, in this, with some countries, they can allow a international trade, and for that they may release required foreign currencies, but they may restrict import and export from particular country, and in that they are not releasing the foreign currency. So this is policy of differentiation, means they government differentiate between the country, and on the basis of that differentiation they will decide either they will release a foreign currency, or they will restrict to release the foreign currency. So it is about policy differentiation. It may be asked in objective what is mean by policy differentiation. So you may aware about what is mean by policy differentiation. And along with this, there are some other objectives of foreign exchange control. So the first one is to earn revenue in form of difference between selling and purchasing rate of foreign exchange. So this may be one of the objective, that earn the revenues. Then to stabilize the exchange rate. So to stabilize the exchange rate, that may be the one objective. Then to make imports of preferable goods possible by making necessary foreign exchange available. So it may be the make imports for preferable goods and to pay off foreign liabilities. So to paying off foreign liabilities, it may be the one of the objective of foreign exchange control. Then types of foreign exchange. So there are a few types of foreign exchange control. The first one is mild system of exchange control. So under mild system of exchange control, it is also known as exchange pegging. So pegging exchange rate we already discussed in the types of exchange rate. So you may aware about what is mean by pegging. So here the mild exchange rate, also known as exchange pegging. So the government intervenes in maintaining the rate of exchange at particular level. So government try to maintain a exchange rate up to the particular level. So under this system, the government maintain exchange equalization fund in foreign currencies. So under this method, government maintain exchange equalization fund. So the British exchange equalization account and US exchange stabilization fund were two examples of mild control. So what are the two examples of mild control? The first one is British exchange equalization account and US exchange stabilization fund. So these are the two examples of mild system. Then in case of demand for dollar goes up and as a result the value of pound falls, the UK government would sell dollars for pounds and thus restrict the fall in the value of pound by increasing the supply of dollars. So this is how it works. Suppose there is a demand for dollar is goes up, so demand of dollar is increasing, and due to that the result of value of pound falls. So in that case, UK government, what they will do, they will sales dollars for pounds. Whatever dollars they have, they sales dollars for pounds and thus restrict the falls in the value of pound. So this is what mild system of exchange control. Then full-fledged system of exchange control. So under this system, government does not only peg the rate of exchange but have complete control over the entire foreign exchange transaction. So mild system, there is a peg of exchange rate, but full-fledged system, there is a peg as well as they have a complete control over the entire foreign exchange transactions. So all receipts from exports and other transactions are surrendered to the control authority. So whatever the receipt from export, they are surrendered to the control authority, that is Reserve Bank of India. So the available supply of foreign exchange is then allocated to different buyers of foreign exchange on the basis of some certain predetermined criteria. So what happens in this full-fledged system? In full-fledged system, they peg as well as they control. So how they control? They collect all the receipt from the transactions and that collection is done by the control authority. So controlling authority is a Reserve Bank. So Reserve Bank collect all the receipts of transaction, and again through that transaction, whatever supply they have with foreign exchange, they allocate that supply with different buyers of foreign exchanges, and in by doing this they can control the foreign exchange. Then another method, that is compensating arrangement. So a compensating arrangement partakes of the character of the old fashioned barter deal. So compensation arrangement is just like a old fashioned barter deal. So example would be the sale by India of cotton goods of particular value to Pakistan. So later agreement to supply raw cotton of same value to India. at a mutually agreed exchange rate. So compensating arrangement means there is a barter system. India will export something to another country and they will purchase something in return from that country. So that is a compensating arrangement. Then clearing agreement. So clearing agreement consists of an understanding by two or more countries to buy and sell goods and services to each other at mutually agreed exchange rate. So here two and more country they deal with each other on a mutually agreed exchange rate. So they are not following the current rate, but they decide the exchange rate, and on that rate they have a transaction. So balance of outstanding claims are settled as between the central banks at the end of stipulated period, either by transfer of gold or of an acceptable third currency. So this is what about clearing agreement. And the last one, that is payment arrangement. So in a payment arrangement, the usual procedure of making foreign payments through the exchange market is left intact, but each country agrees to establish a method of control where its citizens are forced to purchase goods and services from other country. So what happened here? Payment arrangement, here the country agrees to establish a method of control where its citizens are forced to purchase goods and services from other country in amounts equal to the latter purchase from the first country. So another type of payment agreement is one designed to collect past debt. So this is what about the payment arrangement. So students, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, any queries, then you can contact me on our group. Thank you.